Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the program today, the topic is marijuana. We have Dick Gammick, the Washoe County District Attorney, Scott Pearson, the Deputy District Attorney, and David Schwartz, the Campaign Manager for the Marijuana Policy Project of Nevada. Plus on the Power Pundit panel today, Steve Robinson, Lee Rowland, David Jacobs, and Greg Crawford. It's all coming up next on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
Nevada Newsmakers is brought to you in part by the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, the world's largest industrial park. The resort at Red Hawk. The Whittemore Peterson Institute, where today's discoveries are tomorrow's cure. And the Las Vegas Review-Journal and ReviewJournal.com.
Her family sailed under liberty's light, stepped on freedom's shore, entered a land of opportunity. Sue Loudon's family worked in the coal mines and shipyards of America. She worked through college, earned a degree, became a teacher. Sue Loudon went on to become an award-winning journalist, job-creating businesswoman, conservative state senator, fighting for lower taxes, less spending, restoring opportunity, leading with integrity. Sue Loudon for U.S. Senate.
I'm Sue Loudon, and I approve this message.
So, who do you use for workers' comp?
Pro Group Management.
Oh, I've heard some good things about them.
You bet. Employee background check, safety training, claims seminars. Oh, here's the great part. If you have an issue, they work for you, not against you.
Well, sounds perfect. And expensive.
Well, that's the best part. They saved me 25%, and I've heard they saved more for others.
Works for me.
Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, an interesting discussion today. With us, David Schwartz. He's the Campaign Manager for the Marijuana Policy Project of Nevada. Dick Gammick, Washoe County District Attorney, and Scott Pearson, who's the Deputy District Attorney, and he heads up the high-intensity drug trafficking area. David, let's start out with you. The plan is for the Nevada chapter of the Marijuana Policy Project to form the Nevadans for Sensible Marijuana Laws, a political action committee now undertaking a statewide signature drive for a 2012 ballot initiative intended to create a legal, regulated marijuana market for Nevadans 21 and over. You've been around for a long time as an organization. Why do you think that this is going to work better now than perhaps in the past?
Well, we see that the discussion has gone nationwide. Nevadans have taken a look at this, and once in 2002, 39% of the vote. 2006 was 44% of the vote. We found that extremely encouraging, and as the environment has changed and the conversations I'm having with elected officials, with individuals throughout the state, it's a very positive response. And they're looking at this as an economic benefit and, allowing adults to make a choice of using something that's safer than alcohol. And that's where we definitely think that we're going to be gaining ground.
One of the things that is maybe different, a lot different than it was a couple of years ago, is the state of the budget. California looking to perhaps legalize marijuana. We're seeing cuts in everything in the state. Wouldn't this be an interesting new revenue stream?
I doubt that very seriously. What we have here is we have the Marijuana Policy Project, which is out of Washington, D.C., by the way. They can keep tagging Nevada to that as much as they want to. They've been changing their approach every single time they come here. Now it's an economic basis that it's going to come in, one, and two, they keep comparing it to alcohol. I'm not talking about alcohol. Alcohol is legal. It's been legal in this country for a long time. That is not the debate. The debate is over legalizing a Schedule I controlled substance, marijuana. And that is where we're at today. They come out and they say that it's going to enhance the money because of the fact we are in a tight. So we can take any crime we have that involves money, let's legalize them all, and then we'll have money, maybe. Marijuana, unlike alcohol or unlike other drugs that we deal with, can be grown anywhere, anytime, by just about anybody. So when they say that they're going to set up these stores and people are going to go in and pay the money and pay the extra taxes on it, I don't believe them. Because anybody can grow them. They can grow them. You can grow them anywhere, in your basement, in your closet, anywhere you want to grow this stuff. We find it everywhere.
Well, Scott, what I want to ask you is that what is the comparison of violent crimes or spousal abuse connected with alcohol and spousal abuse and violent crimes connected to people smoking marijuana?
Well, I'll tell you, I've been a prosecutor for over 10 years, and we certainly have a correlation with the amount of people that come before us for crimes of violence or theft have marijuana in their background. And there's statistics out of Southern Nevada, 41% of those arrested for domestic violence tested positive for marijuana. We're not saying that is marijuana a cause for it, but those people have an association with marijuana. That is something we do know. And
but do they have an association with alcohol that is more prevalent?
Well,
if I can jump in here again, Ray, we're not debating alcohol. Alcohol is not the subject here, and that is what Marijuana Policy Project does. They divert the issue. And they've done it time and again. I've been in a lot of these debates. I've been in a lot of these discussions. Alcohol is not the subject. Marijuana is the subject.
I respectfully disagree with you, because you're talking about a legal drug and an illegal drug now. And let's talk about the difference of what what they bring to the table as far as spousal abuse and as far as violent crime.
But let's talk about the differences between the two. Let's talk about the effects that they have on people. Let's talk about how you measure one and you don't measure another one.
Let's talk about the effects.
You don't measure THC. THC is 10 times stronger than it was before.
Where are you getting that, sir?
Excuse me?
Where are you getting that, sir?
Get that just right straight out of the medical books.
No,
we do not have a standard for THC. You have 6 drinks will get a person drunk. You have 4 drinks will get a person drunk of alcohol. But you don't talk about marijuana that way. How many times do you drag on a marijuana cigarette to be under the influence?
It depends on the quality of the marijuana. And
my point
that is something
exactly.
And also that saying that it's 10% higher than it was,
10 times higher, not 10%.
That is not accurate, sir. Because when the testing is done, and even if it was to say that it's 10 times stronger than it was in the 1960s, the fact is that no matter what the THC level is, it does not lead to additional addiction. It does not lead to additional harm as far as medical causes. Take a look at alcohol. 33,000 people a year die from long-term alcohol consumption, yet for the CDC doesn't even list it for marijuana. There are 0 deaths that are associated with overdose from marijuana.
That is not true. That is not true according to the CDC itself.
Oh, yes, it is.
No, it's not. I've been through it. And another thing you don't bother to bring up, as you folks brought this up before, is that I've said time and again, this is a gateway drug. There is a real danger to it. We surveyed over 800 people in drug court when this came up before. 84% of them claimed marijuana is a gateway drug. 74% of them were 15 or younger when they started on it. So don't tell me it doesn't affect children.
There is something to be said about that, because what we're doing is leaving marijuana in an unregulated market where drug dealers don't card anyone. They don't care who they sell to. We're talking about having regulated marijuana sales and 21 and above, removing this out. And the idea that it's just so easy to throw a seed out there and you get marijuana, that is not the case. Ask many of our medical marijuana patients that are still trying to get their plants to grow, and it's a problem. It's not just as simple as you throw it out there and poof, you've got marijuana. Sir.
Okay, let's take a break. We'll be back with more right after this.
We don't want a break.